Hi folks, Bob Collins for Diver Supply. In this video, you're going to find out about Oceanic's new Manta Ray fin and the unique features it has. Now, what makes the Manta Ray so interesting is Oceanic compares it and says it's a little bit like the fin of a marine animal. And what they're talking about are the three densities of the materials that make up this fin. Now, you've all seen me talk about fins that are made up of monprene and various and sundry materials that allow flexibility, features like holes and hinges and stuff like that. So what they've done is they took these three materials, and what they're simulating is bone, tendon, and skin. That's the three that they're talking about. And when they talk about that, and it's really kind of a nice looking fin. It's got a fairly big blade in it, and it comes with these nifty like protectors, inserts, and they say don't throw these away. I'll try to get a little close-up of that. It's shaped just like the fin, but don't throw those away and just slip them back on. And what it does, it helps keep the blade tip in form, especially if you're using it in really hot environments, that sort of thing. You don't want it to get distorted. So I'm going to talk about the blade and the materials, and I'm going to talk about a feature that you're going to find kind of unusual, but the nice thing about it is a lot of the companies are starting to adapt it, but you got to wait a little longer in the video. Well, the materials they're talking about is the bone, and the bone is simulated by this white material. Now, these come in different colors. I'll put a link down below so you can find them. But the hard material, plastic material, is supposed to simulate the strength or density per se of bone. Some of the other features it has in this, and I'm going to get an end shot. If you look here, it's got winglets right here. And I'll try to get a straight on picture of it here, the winglets. Now, what this does, of course, as you kick down, it keeps the water from rolling off of the edge of the fin and continues to direct it off the end of the fin, the blade of the fin. That's what gives you the thrust that you're after. So that's what the hard material simulates, is bone. The next one is this gray material here with these little grooves cut in it, and this is to simulate tendon, so that when it bends, it helps return the entire blade, but it allows that flexibility that we're looking for. I'll turn this upside down and let you see, because it's both on the front of the blade, goes through, and is on the back of the blade. So it's embedded just like a tendon would be embedded or attached to bone. Now, the third one is skin, and the skin is simulated by this flexible material here in the middle of the blade, and that allows the kick. When you kick, the water transfers. It causes a cupping motion, which again forces water off the end of the blade, and that's where you get the thrust from. So those are the three materials that they say that the Manta simulates. Now, the feature I was talking about was the adjustability of these fins. These fins, you can do it with your hand. You don't have to have a special tool, but you can do it with your hand. And these fins on this, and one of the nice things about it, this fin comes with a big finger loop on the back. So even if you've got dive gloves on, you can get your finger in that loop on the back of this fin strap. It's got a spring strap, So you don't really have to worry about this ever breaking. Stainless steel, of course. So you're able to adjust this, and the way you do that, I'm going to get a close-up with the camera here. You push that spring forward, and so what you're going to see is it comes out the front of the fin right there, and then you see these holes. There's a pin in there, and you're able to push that pin up and take it out with your fingers. That comes completely off. And so what you're able to do is you're able to push the spring further forward, and I'll again try to get a close-up here. You can see the hole in the end of the spring right there. You just take your piece, slide it in there, push it up so that the tension you want matches the hole that you're trying to go through. Push it up in there where I want it, push the pin through, push down on it, put it back in place, and now you can see I've gone from this hole to this hole. So there's pretty much an inch adjustment on this side and an inch adjustment on that side. And you just pull it back in place and you're all set, just like that. So if you change thickness of booties, sometimes people will have the low booties, the 2 mil, the 3 mil, then they'll go to the tall booties that might be a 5 mil or 6 mil, or they may get the hard booties like a tennis shoe booty, and those are 5, 6, and 7. So you may need to adjust this according to the foot size. Your foot's not changing, but the density or the thickness of the sole is changing, so you might want to adjust the tension on these straps. So that's a quick look at Oceanic's Manta Ray fin. Kind of a good looking piece. Like I said, comes in a bunch of different sizes, a bunch of different colors. Very affordable. Again, link down below. If you are new to the channel, please reach down and hit the subscribe button down there. It doesn't cost you a penny. I'm Bob Collins for Diver Supply. Appreciate you watching. See you again soon.